Alright then.
Alright. Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Metaphor Refantasio. I'm Common Get It from Common Get It Gaming, and we are here on part 14? Yeah, part 14. It's only going to be for like an hour or two, but I'm going to try to get as far into this as I can for... Let's see... Let's go see Heisman and see if we can get his earn back for his kid. On guard for monsters, we make our way cautiously by carriage to the forest Heisman village. By Tadari's account, the remains weren't anywhere in the village. He searched home streets, even crawl spaces, but found nothing new. Surely the work of the villager, no doubt they hid the urn somewhere and could not be found. Had much time scant to hide it to avoid arousing suspicion, which means our culprit must have...
Sure.
No.
If they buried it within the village, there'd be traces of disturbed earth, and that wouldn't have escaped Tadari's ears. Suppose it went like this. A villager disagrees with Tadari, but isn't confident speaking out directly. Then suddenly they find themselves alone with the urn. They then seize the bones and hurry outside the village at an active impulse.
Then...
Sure to find some traces on the road leading out the village.
That... Oh.
Right.
Excellent detective work. Twas placed haphazardly in the shadow of a tree, easily found it, suggesting to me the culprit did not truly wish it to be lost forever. I only think as long as I gave up on lying to my son, to rest here would satisfy them.
However...
But is this truly how it should end?
Hold on.
No.
There's no gain from fighting the culprit. I feel the greater conflict demands resolution. If they didn't want my son buried here, I would have rather been told. He had talked openly, perhaps we could have found a spot of mutual satisfaction. But they staked no claim, hid themselves outright, and played at accepting me, demonstrating cowardice. 'Tis a tendency that runs deep, yes, but the village isolated has manifested dramatically with the shadows cast. Their trade relationships will never come back. The children in that village too. Ought we really turn back to a village such as this, one that grows poorer and they isolated by the day?
For...
Yeah, go speak with Tadari. Give me that ninja class.
I found a way... My...
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Alright, we're on Idols Day. That means our weekly poo. I want to say 800,000 money. Money, 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 money. Money. Sorry. Let's see. There we go.
So?
Open this up.
Just lovely. It's all right. Well...
Because I'm so avoiding plunders forthcoming, I'd like to learn about the world ahead, and so...
I'm quite... Wow. It's nothing like Etria. Incredible. Oh, wait. Do people in Grand Trat have big families?
I don't think so.
If it's called San Lumio Street, then all its residents are of the San Lumio, are they not? On the island, places are named after the people who live there, so... Oh, maybe that's not how it works there? I'm sorry, I must come across so strangely.
Yufa?
Yofa?
Brother, I'm learning about the outside world from him. If I remain naive about it, I will only be a burden.
Does living beyond our borders make you anxious, Yufa?
A little. But I shouldn't be, no? This was my own decision.
It's natural to feel anxious about new things.
Precisely, yes. The first time I left the island, I was so nervous my knees shook.
Really? Is that true, brother?
No one steps out into the unknown without some trepidation in their heart. That said, people only fear what they don't know because they don't fully understand themselves. I believe this is your time, sister. You've heard of the trials of Malnever, have you not? It is an island where a peculiar monster lives. Raised in stagnant magma, the monster reflects the anxiety of those who challenge it, and it provides those who overcome it with proof of their victory. I am one such victor, and I gained a great deal from it. I think you could stand to benefit as well, Yufa. You would count your new friends as reliable warriors, correct? Perhaps you might tempt them with the discarded treasures and armaments of our ancestors there. It will challenge you, to be sure, but you'll walk away better for it.
But... what if it proves too challenging?
We'll do it together, Yufa.
The weather on the island is unpredictable at best. We won't know how dangerous it will be.
I would never send my precious sister off without regard for her safety. I have some idea of how to handle the weather. Won't you put your faith in your new friend and me?
I understand. If this proof you speak of will give me the power to step boldly into my future, then I will want for nothing else.
That's this. If you do decide to go, pay me a visit before heading out. I would see you all off safely.
This one's important.
The Golden Deer Hearth.
Yes, that's the place.
And right there's a labyrinth. This place.
Land of Ceremony.
But which one?
A trial awaits. Please, lend me your strength.
Hey, hasn't that island been abandoned for quite some time? I hope the Magla isn't too strong. But you'd better be prepared for the worst.
Seems like a 2-day trip because of the little campsite in between.
All right then. All right then. Let's go.
Before anything else, let's go do the weekly poo ritual.
All right.
Get our +1 luck.
All right then. Let's head there right away.
I don't think my wisdom increased enough for that one girl.
All right then.
Well, isn't this a dilemma?
Hey, mister! Oh, it's you! Hey, mister!
What now?
Let's see, party, no. Equipment. Almost there. So
All right then.
Let's go.
I guess let's head out.
Are we departing? Now then.
We'll face danger.
I smelled.
We won't make it in time. Make what in time? Make where in time? Who, what, where?
Oh, I don't like that.
Here's
Departure
where we
from
are
Virga
now.
Island.
Let's see.
Oh,
That's where you want. It's your call.
Hold on.
A well-deserved break.
Why is there a rival gauntlet runner right there?
right. Hard.
So you go down here. What does this say? Southeast of Marta. The mark suggests that there was erased and written several times from the sparse evidence I had. The clues point to... Oh gosh, dang it. Virga Island.
All right then. Where to?
Sorry about that, got a phone call.
Are we departing? Now
There's a
then.
relic somewhere?
What should we do?
Here's where we are now. Let's see.
See you later.
All right then.
Let's go.
I wonder... Let's see, go here...
Just lovely.
That's how you want to play it.
No, I can't go that way.
All right then.
Let's go.
What now?
Man, I just had the biggest brain fart because of that phone call. Let's see. Waters with religious restrictions that outsiders would never be able to venture to. Malnova Archipelago. Malnova
All right, then.
Archipelago, huh?
Everyone is here.
Now then.
Ah, danger.
Let's. 'Tis something bad, yes. Just a moment.
Ah, danger.
Time to part.
All right then.
Let's go.
Let's see. What do you have to say, Mr.
Hello there.
Yes.
Divine relic, which has been passed down through generations of chiefs, challenges. You met the fortune tellers who can predict the weather in any cities, haven't you? They're descendants from that precise lineage, and I share the same power. In addition, if I use the staff to pray, I mean, I'm not certain yet, but I believe I could clear up storing my
What?
once a day. Can't test the power extensively, and that's why I like to use the Aegio if I can. Let's use it to push the limits together. I won't require payment for the first time, but next time I'd like almighty golden stew or 20 marble roof and tuna. To change the dungeons, inclement to sunny for 3 days. You can only change the weather for one location at a time. If the weather looks bad at a dungeon you want to visit, ask you to help. Note that while you gain more experience in battles during the fight, inclement weather, there are downsides as well, such as turns icon no longer decreasing by half, even when attacking enemies once.
What will you do? Leave it to me. The weather.
All right then.
Okay. I guess we'll go talk to the faker and get that finished up.
Grease. Hey. Thank you.
Now the curtain arises. How are we gonna kidnap this fool? Oh my gosh, come on.
You bastard!
What have you done with my daughter, you cur? Depends on you and the guards.
Now!
There we go.
What?
This.
I.
Was found rather discomforting. Allegedly, you committed several atrocities in various villages, yet many villagers still respect you. I assume you used the money to force them to make them submit, but I was wrong. Perhaps you hidden your true intentions at the time. Explain yourself. She's 5 years younger than me. Yes, she's quite lovely when she smiles. I look just like her mother. With such a beautiful little family at stake, I've no choice but to obey what your conspirators told me.
That's right.
Behind closed doors. You were a beloved father, an upstanding man, and they noticed they fed you lies and flattery in turn. One moment they praised, the next threatened. Before you know, you've fallen in line with the oppressors of the weak, and you can't break free. It's rather a pitiful tale.
Silence!
What do you know? How could you possibly understand the depravity of the tenants? I have 3 daughters, and those bastards, they...
Tell me.
Don't you wish you could just end this ruse? I'd have to quit long ago if I'd have. I wouldn't have stolen for much longer. The power to change a single thing.
Ridiculous.
Sounds awful familiar, doesn't it? Where I've heard those words from before.
Well, moving on.
Well, I've learned that I want to know, and the good sir, would you like a chance for redemption? I'll set your daughter free, and I'll even help you atone for your sins as long as you agree to my terms of cooperation. Fine, I accept your offer, you have my word. Alright, then time for the big reveal. I haven't done anything to your daughter, actually I never even met her.
Hey.
You understand why I told you that load of rubbish, don't you? I took a gamble on you and what you truly desire. Yeah. Oh, one not blind. I predicted correctly.
But...
Just sit back and look forward to it. Oh. What else are you planning? In hindsight, I've always run away with things. Take a turn for the worst. But you helped me figure out what I ought to do, something only I can do. Yes, I'm a liar or cheat. I hate those who lie and cheat. I hate the very framework of the world I made. What lies ahead will be a great command Alonso.
Remember your vow.
For this new king who will change this cesspit into a never-before-seen utopia, I will pull the wool over the world's eyes and take it for myself. That is my faker. Nice.
I will live
One
to my
more,
fullest
I believe
potential.
we get the upgraded faker. Sure you're dying to know
Farewell.
our plans. Until we meet next, I will unveil everything in a spectacular fashion. Be sure you won't delay. What are you two goofy
What's
goobers
up,
doing
Del?
in here?
Something on your mind?
That's nothing. Just thinking.
Oh no. You're not still feeling unwell, are you?
It's just a twinge now, that's all. I'm sharp as ever, me.
You sure? Because I remember once the big fever passed, you went hot and cold again a couple more times. I've never seen you go down like that.
I said I'm fine, didn't I? God, but you don't worry too much. Come on, I'm starving.
Something's bothering me.
Really? He seemed pretty healthy to me.
Just a bad feeling, I suppose. It was a human that wounded him. Hard to say whether the Magla might have any nasty side effects. You know.
You mean he may need magic healing? I don't know if we're gonna find that here on the island.
Hey, is there any way we could get Rella to take a look at him? Magla-born symptoms can take a turn for the worse incredibly fast, no matter how healthy you are. I'd rather not let it fester.
Huh. Well, we do claim to help anyone in need, eh? But don't forget that we're fighting a battle. And if you cannot distinguish friend and foe on the battlefield, it will be your end.
I know you're right. But I get the feeling those two are telling themselves the same thing.
What if, now, what if, instead of speeding to her doorstep, we ask her saintliness to come here? It'll just take a bit of conspiring to get our story straight. I mean, I'm not normally a chap to take sides in this sort of thing, but those two hardly strike me as the evil type.
Look, Captain, I wouldn't feel right ignoring this. Will you please go to the royal capital for me?
No problem. I'll go.
I knew you'd say that. Well, if Rella's coming here, I guess it won't be that much trouble.
Thanks. I remember I called you too soft once. I see now I was wrong.
If that's sorted, let's get it done sharpish before any complications crop up.
Thank you so much for your help leading the evacuation. They tell me not everyone got a chance to thank you. So on their behalf...
Don't worry about it. Didn't want the annihilation of a whole village on my conscience is all.
Wasn't expecting you to handle the evacuation side, Del. Thought for sure you'd be the first in the fray with the human.
They healed me up. Gotta repay the favor, don't I? Wouldn't feel right otherwise.
And then for their sake, you should take care of yourself, too.
What? Who the hell? No way. Aren't you St. Rella?
You're joking. You're not joking. Why is she here?
I called for her and she came. You that surprised? I know people in the Crown Theocracy. My work speaks for itself these days.
It's almost time for the Saints' Day festivities in Montario. Having been invited, I was in the area. I heard about your splendid work, Fidelio and Basilio. I hardly recognized the two of you.
You remember us?
Of course. This is a bit of a reversal, though. Back then, it was you helping treat Basilio's wound. I can tell how far you've come since then.
Ugh.
But I've also heard about your own injury. Your right foot, I'm guessing. Have you felt any sudden fevers come on? Let me have a look. Yes, that should do. I can see you had an expert looking after you already. Physically, you're as well as anyone could ask. But... Fidelio, is there something you feel lost or anxious about?
Where's that coming from?
I've talked to lots of people and observed the flow of their magic. By now, I'm certain that Magla is connected to our emotions. When I speak to someone who's feeling strong emotions, I can sense the state of their heart as if seeing it with my own eyes.
Nah, I'm sound. Nothing's getting me down.
I see. Then you should be fine. Just don't take life for granted, or your treatment will have been for nothing. Keep on living, all right? For now, let's see. Run to the beach and back with Basilio. If you can make it without slowing down, then clearly there's nothing wrong with your foot.
Hey, sounds like a laugh. Just like when we were kids. Step lively, Del, or I'll leave you behind.
Hey, what the hell? I said I'm fine. Oh, damn it. Basilio! Hang on!
Thanks, Rella. When you told me about the first time you'd saved someone's life, I didn't realize you were talking about them.
You're in Luis's entourage now. Yet you needed our stories to match in front of the brothers. You're swimming in dangerous waters, aren't you? Not just that, you've got a gauntlet runner that can teleport across the land and an elder captain who wields it through magic. That's a lot to take in.
Well, how do...
I didn't realize it when I met you before, but you're already one of the top candidates. I saw the King's Rock. Are you intending to confront Luis?
Yes, that's right.
Well, there you have it.
So you are committed to this path, no matter what. I knew this day might come. It's not my place to stop you.
Come now, do you have to be so bleak? I've already spent my fair share of time with Luis, you know.
Don't underestimate Luis. As far as the Crown Theocracy knows, the King's magic will protect the highest candidates from any harm, and they think that guarantees their safety at the festival. But I've done my research. Some attacks the barrier can't stop. I believe the magic only prevents underhanded approaches, like ambush.
So there's a loophole.
It's not widely known, but take a duel, for instance. Both parties identify themselves, fight with consent, and the magic won't protect them, no matter their standing.
But if you just have to identify yourself and agree to fight... Oh, was that why the battle with Gladel?
Suffice it to say, the King's Shield is not perfect, and Luis will surely exploit that. I have a terrible feeling there will be bloodshed before Saints' Day is over. I won't try to stop you, but be careful down the road, all right?
Yes.
Then please, Look after Juna.
Ugh. Keep up, Del! Gotta be faster than that! Spring-heeled bastard, you've got the height advantage! Damn it, you haven't won yet!
I suppose we'll have to leave it there.
Can't deny it this time, though. You lot did fantastic.
And Lady Juna's safe too. I owe you thanks for that, if nothing else. The islanders gave us a map of the east side of the island. Their way of thanking us, I suppose. You're welcome to it, if you don't waste it.
See? Old Del's great at looking after people. He saved loads of them in the evacuations.
Oh, belt up, would you? Been meaning to ask. That's a book, yeah?
Didn't take you for a book reader. Lord Luis likes them, though. Often got his head berries in one.
By the way, doesn't Lord Luis have this same book? I hear it's been banned.
How should we know? Not like we grew up round books. People barely literate nowadays, frankly.
So, what's it say? Long as we're killing time anyhow, let me see it.
Oh, another person to read it. Wait, does that mean they're gonna join us?
In this world, one can become anything they desire. Neither birth nor status decides your occupation.
Huh, sounds grand, that. You think this place really exists?
Course not, you muppet. It's a fantasy, remember? Anyone is free to become anything. This is a paradise of equality and freedom, devoid of discrimination or prejudice. Pretty words, then. But if everybody's free to do what they want, they'll work out their own reasons to be prejudiced. You can call it a utopia, but I reckon people living in it might romanticize our world too. At the end of the day, dreaming of escape will only ever be a dream. Nothing changes unless you do it with your own hands.
Damn right.
But if we really could do anything, I quite fancy opening up a little diner with you, Del.
Yeah.
You like singing, eh? And I'm dead handy with a cook pan. We could invite Lady Juna over. Host a fancy soiree of our own. Every night, just us and our best mates living it up. You telling me you don't like the sound of that?
Get your head out of the clouds, Baz. We're long past being able to get away with that. Doesn't matter anyway. A dream is just a dream.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Now then.
Yes, of course.
We can still make it by a deadline even if we leave tomorrow. Who will our captain pray with? Oh, wow.
Didn't expect them to throw such a party before our departure. A far cry from our first night here in a cell.
I hear 'tis a festival in the dragon god's name, meant to ensure a safe sea voyage. In place of a lighthouse, their fire is kept burning until the morning.
I say, these locals are bally well informed. They're up to their gills in practical and theoretical Magla theory. Not as focused on the mechanicals as us mainlanders, but the land's far from barbaric. Their insights could rather improve the runner's design, you know? Ah, speaking of, I finished with the lance replica.
We're finally ready.
Woo! Grand, ain't it? Del's all better, and we've got some choice souvenirs to bring back to Lord Luis.
We're not out of the woods yet. Don't be too quick to celebrate.
Hey, come on, lads, loosen up! It's a party! We've all earned a little fun.
And you? What's a sanctist fat cat like you doing getting all giddy over a pagan festival?
I have to laugh, don't I? You know, I thought the Crier's life had made me pretty knowledgeable about our world, but turns out most of what I knew was lies. Makes me think, maybe this is how my old father felt.
Crier a family trade, eh? Imagine that.
The Crown Theocracy does love their hereditary titles. Yeah, my old man was a serious fella. More than me, that's for sure. He called out corruption where he saw it. Made him a pariah. But there you go. Yeah, I remember he once flat out suggested igniters were more dangerous than the Crown Theocracy was letting on. And there was that riot in the slums, of course, the one started by that Parapus. The church dismissed it as paupers revolting over their condition. But my old man, well, he said it wasn't a riot at all. Outright accused the Crown Theocracy of turning an innocent Parapus feral through horrific magic experiments.
What?
Who knows what really happened there? Either way, nobody took my father seriously. He was condemned as a liar. And he died young. Just the way it is, I suppose. People will always prefer their own feelings to the truth. Happiness is a luxury hard to come by otherwise. Hard to care about the world after that. I was a poor excuse for a crier, if you ask me. Yet, here I am. It's beyond weird. Somehow, you lot have managed to make the world seem interesting again. I'm genuinely grateful, you know? Makes a man feel as if he owes you. You owe us nothing.
Can't afford any rumors about you being biased in our favor, anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Honestly, though, you need anything, you've got me on your side. I'll do what I can. For now, I'll catch a boat ride to Altabri ahead of you. Once this festival's over, it'll be farewell for the moment. So, let's make this a bash to remember.
I was not expecting him to just turn and bolt like that.
Now, time for some fun. Bring out the treats!
Ooh.
And those are?
The fruit is called dragon's tears. They're quite precious. Their tree only bears once every few years.
Ah, 'tis delicious. Beyond delicious.
Wonderful. This again. Hulkenberg's tastes are a dubious metric at best.
Please, it's the rarest of harvests, and we would like to share it with you.
The juices burst forth as soon as I put it in my mouth.
Right? What's going on? There's something odd about the way those two are laughing. But he's crying. What is this fruit?
You see, in old times, so long times ago times, ate this to reach a higher plane of existence and talk to the gods.
Oh, they're drunk.
Ha! Yes, you certainly appear to have reached some higher state. Glad I passed.
Oh no, I'm drunk.
Phew. Finally back to normal. Well, that sure felt like a festival. Not that I'm complaining. Oh, and did you hear? The people of this island make a wish over that flame. It's said that if you write your wish on a piece of paper, it'll bring you good luck. We don't often get to relax like this. So why don't you go there with someone? Have you decided on someone?
Aras Hulkenberg stroll. No, I should have gone with Heisme.
Well,
Ho ho!
Oh.
Funny enough, have you? Well, you train your eye to better observe things in nature, all sorts of inspirations about you. I had the designs all complete in my mind, but I never thought I'd see the day where it actually could cross the sea. However, going on that road, I used to think I'd never use the runner to put proper use of things. So, Ridius, let me thank you. Zell, it's all thanks to you one of my dreams came true.
Listen.
Well, I dare say it's a good time we make any wish on a bonfire. No harm in asking a god for help. Now, come on, off we go.
Aha!
I wish on a piece of paper and throw it in, then. I think I'll have to change my wish. You're born to wish for a good country or something for the sake of friends, I bet. Next time, selfish mind.
Come now.
Hold on, the Islanders never said you had to narrow down your wish to one thing, eh? There you go.
Hey.
This pillar of fire supposed magic generates something similar when I use the updraft or vertical lift. Yes, I can test the principle. Ooh. The Gauntlet Fly was to launch using a massive sword custom designed ballista, except no matter how I calculated, the runner tended to come apart mid-flight. However, if the prototype model wasn't good as a ballista, it turned out to be a rather fine crossbow. No use to me, so you may as well have it.
Quite.
Oh, so whichever one I took, I would have gotten a weapon for their specific class. Prototype Beta.
Tell, you hear all that? What that cry was talking about?
Yeah. Sounded proper familiar to me.
It's easy to blame the Sanctus Church for the whole thing. But maybe not all of them were happy about it. Makes you think. I remember St. Rella looked like her heart was breaking, seeing us at death's door. Maybe she knew what was going on. Del. What do we believe in, really? Are we absolutely positive that, you know, Count Luis's vision and ours have enough in common?
I thought we were done talking about this. He's the reason we got this far. A couple of Parapus orphans. Nobody else wants us. Nobody cares about us. We'd be nothing without Count Luis.
I know, Del, but he makes all them speeches about equality, but in the end, he's gonna leave the weak to die. I heard him talk about his ideal world, and it sounds like a world where we'd have died alone in the dirt. No Saint Rella to save us. Is that what we're fighting for?
Too late for that kind of talk, brother. Blood on our hands either way.
Hey! What are you two doing on your own? Come join the party! You'll miss the whole festival.
Lady Juna.
What's that look about? I know you're absolutely smitten with me, love, but you needn't be so tense about it.
Do you plan to kill Count Luis?
What are you talking about? He can't be killed anyway.
Lady Juna, I don't think your heart is with Count Luis anymore. Or maybe it never was. There's a side of you that you only show them. But us? Starting to think we've never seen the real you.
Are you really so worried for Count Luis? He's the one who measures worth in power. So what would he think to hear you underestimating him?
So you don't actually work for Forden or nothing then? No ulterior motives?
I've been with Count Luis since before the race even started, haven't I? Ever since he was stripped of command.
Hey, Del.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. That's my fault. But trust me on this. I promise I'll make sure this world's got more to give you two than despair.
I saw it with my own eyes. That lance gets past the king's magic. That means it can kill a candidate. They were testing it among themselves, and Lady Juna was right there with them.
You serious? How are we supposed to report that to Count Luis?
Don't worry, it's my own problem. I told you to leave the thinking to me.
You know why? I really like Lady Juna's songs, and I like seeing you listening to her when you get the chance. You got arm around your heart, Del, and her music pierces it. I don't want to kill Lady Juna. And you don't either, Del. Do you?
Damn.
So?
So tomorrow's a big day. Let's make sure that we get plenty of rest.
Yes.
I beg your
Well... What now?
My aim is true from any vantage.
Small MP recovery at return in battle. 320 damage is pretty good. Skills hitting the maximum amount of time seems like the best.
Coin can solve problems a blade cannot.
Good night.
Alright, I got about an
Time
hour before I
marches
gotta
on,
head to work.
and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I really want to play Illustrials. I can't wait for Clash to come out. I want to get cards, but I got other priorities I need to attend to. Most certain you said the same thing when we left Braillehaven and Marta. A new world of cuisine is but a few days away. You just have to be patient. Mind your tongue. Oh, you really are to take this hard. Oh, you said your goodbyes to people and food and meat that set the gauntlet runner. Oh my gosh, she's pissed.
Hold on.
Okay then.
Grand, innit? Well now, what are we on?
Hey!
I'd like to see the rock.
Let's see.
Oh, that's right.
What now?
Let's see.
Hey!
I beg.
Increases fire attack strength. I didn't even get to see what that was. Increases fire attack strength. That's pretty good. Chimera armor, endurance +5.
Now then.
Okay, we're all stocked up there. Let's see. Any armors or weapons? After this, we'll just head out.
Off we go.
Endurance, increase evasion. Okay, nothing that I want. Let us go to the runner.
All right then.
Let's go!
I guess I actually have to walk up to the runner.
Looks like the sea's settled somewhat. We've got a map of the Altaberry region too. I'd say we're set.
Now we can leave with our minds clear and pockets full, eh? Where are those brothers? Out on errands?
I say we just leave them behind.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
Well, long as we've got a minute alone, let's go over our plan. As soon as we get to Altaberry, we give Luis the fake lance Nuris made up for us.
While I hold on to the real one.
Then, on the eve of this divine relic dedication ceremony, we use the real lance to end this, once and for all. He doesn't know we've worked out its powers. We'll use that to our advantage. Juna, we'll need you to convince Luis to attend the eve of the festival.
Oh, I've been pestering him to do so for a while now. Don't want him spending the evening in his heavily fortified Skyrunner after all.
So where is the false lance inquest?
Right here, ready to poke an eye out. Oh, what do you think? A dead ringer, eh?
Such detail. Even I can't tell them apart.
When we get to Altaberry, we'll pass off the fake to Luis. Then, we execute our plan.
Oh, by the way, I was talking with the Magnus brothers earlier. Think they might be onto us.
That's not good. We'll need to be more careful.
Wait, footsteps. Speak of the devils. We'll need to hide the real lance.
You're late. We were about to leave you behind.
Right, all present and counted. Anchors away, what?
Aye aye, me hearties! What's wrong then? Is that not the customary exclamation of sailors? Mr. Batlin was very specific.
I wouldn't believe everything he says.
'Tis a strange melancholy. Leaving the people we have so recently come to know.
We'll be back. With some fantastic tales to tell them too.
Yes, certainly.
Alright, where to?
This is Altaberry Heights. We'll make faster progress back on land.
This...
Let's find wind and make us landfall by the Marrow, so the whole trip should be 2 nights and 3 days.
Ha-ha! Tally-ho!
Full speed ahead to Altaberry Heights.
With a new ally in tow, the Gauntlet Runner at last departs the island toward the eastern side of the inland sea. Their destination is the Principality of Montario. Its vast mountain crags, so different from the western terrain, can be seen clearly from the water. Their forthcoming task would be their greatest trial yet. They felt the tension rise in wordless silence.
Can you hear me?
There's some sort of altar that's appeared in the lounge. Yufa said something about it possessing divine power.
Indeed. Indeed.
What do you want to do?
Apparently he grants special power to those who use a statue. If I pray here, my allies max MP.
Well then.
Oh.
Then...
Believe her. Ooh, max MP +5.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at Cliffshade Camp, just as the curtain of night descends on the wilderness. Only a Gauntlet Runner offers peace of mind against such dangers, a large reason why they are so sought after.
Yeah, Gauntlet Runners seem to be really important, especially for travel.
Indeed.
I can feel the temperature dropping since we made landfall. Oh yeah, it's gonna be freezing.
Pardon me. I want to... Pardon me. I want to... Well met. Be well.
Hey. I see.
Why does everyone want me to raise my imagination right
What
now?
now?
Alright, I
Hey.
guess let's do that.
What's that about?
Yeah.
I'm a man who keeps his word. Thinking about for some time about this country we
Hey.
built up. Minority tribes and the one Luis would build, they opposes the weak, all this, and the kingdom still barely functions. Luis wouldn't change that. This role is not for the strong. We've put it into societies that will strive through sacrifice of others. We need to defeat Luis.
All right.
Time marches on, and the age of the
600
new
ain't bad.
king draws nearer.
It would seem that...
Long gaze peak Montario at the island, but I never imagined I would see it this close. Arbory remains cold year-round, so quiet accordingly its people have perfected the art.
I guess.
So we're in frosty territory.
So?
Hey. I see.
Hey.
Is that...
What do you want to do? Well then. Then...
No, I didn't mean to do whatever.
Come look at...
You lot aren't gonna
The
believe
Gauntlet
this.
Runner makes a short stop in front of Colorodeo Cliff, a bluff so tremendous it fills one's vision. Its massive fissure is said to be the vestige of a god's wrath, as only a force capable of splitting heaven and earth could cause it, perfectly balanced by the work of nature, or the wrath of gods extolled in the myths of creation. None can say.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Indeed, falling off that precipice would be unfathomably terrifying and exhilarating, I imagine.
On guard!
What?
Quite refreshing to know you pull your voice back from the very bottom of the gut and yell with such
Speaking
manner.
of... Listen!
Yes.
This girl's just too charming, never changed love. Oh, does anybody else have something to yell about?
All right.
As for me...
Alright, nurse, please do a nice drawing.
Bombs away!
I don't know what to say, but I'll just scream anyways. Nice.
The Gauntlet Runner stops amidst rocky terrain as twilight envelops the wilderness in darkness. The twinkling lights are not all stars. Some are the eyes of monsters peering through the dark. To await the dawn in comfort and peace is a privilege only the Gauntlet Runner can provide.
We should arrive town by tomorrow.
Hey. Hey.
I see.
Alright. If so...
Oh.
Everybody wants to increase imagination.
Let's go.
Well met. Be well.
Put.
Oh my gosh, everybody just wants to do imagination.
Nice to meet
Yes, of course.
All right.
Holy cow.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Tis nearly time.
One must wonder if the brothers
Got it?
told him on the island. Stand tall and confident. If you have to sell the lie, look him straight in the eyes and swear every word of it. If only it worked like that.
All right then.
Got a sec?
After all, we know what's coming. Oh man. I'm excited.
Well then.
And scared. Oh, we have enough time to see the cutscenes and see what happens.
Got it. All right then.
What do you want to do? Well then. Then...
Pray for Juna. That way she gets more max MP.
Before Altabury's mountains, the Gauntlet Runner sets upon the murky graveyard. The colossal bridges overhead are an impressive sight. During the Annex War, this land was a fierce battleground. Many soldiers, unable to return to their loved ones, found their final rest here. But few honor the dead. Their spirits take no solace. Their tragic remains are desecrated by wild dogs, leaving their bones exposed to the elements.
Just look at it!
Makes sense that if bridges were to fall, these people would
Hey.
have isolated.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, so close to level 4 wisdom.
That.
Hey!
Well then. That's my fault.
Given those who die a proper send-off, I drew this in mind. Nice.
Altabury Heights, capital of the Principality of Montario, the eastmost country annexed into the Kingdom of Uchronia. The mountain path leading to the city begins near the coastline, but few gauntlet runners can contend against its steep slope. Those who complete the arduous climb are rewarded. City lights, dusted with snow, twinkle beautifully in the valley. But
ooh,
The
cutscene.
seat of sanctism, Altabury. Truly, I never thought I would see it in person. What is that giant structure?
The monolith. In Sanctus Scripture, they tell of how the stone was shaped by God's own hand.
It's afloat. I'd only heard rumors that it didn't touch the ground, but to see it now.
Are we finally moving again?
Just another trip for our songstress.
We're here at last.
Present Luis with dracadios, Lance of the Dragon God. Let's hope he doesn't find out it's a fake.
Well done. So this is the Lance of Legend, is it?
I am called Euphrasia, priestess of the island. For personal reasons, I have joined them on their journey.
You do not detest me.
I owe my life to them, and I understand they operate under your guidance.
Indeed. I had heard you were able to obtain the lance without incurring the islanders' hatred. Quite a feat, now that I know it to be true. Well done. At last, it seems that even fate has abandoned Forden. Thanks to you, I was spared the effort of sifting through ashes to find this. If the islanders could not be persuaded, my next course would have been to raze their village to the ground. The Caradrius' batteries would make that a fairly simple task.
What?
Why are you surprised? At times, sacrifice is necessary to save the many. Was that not the exact reasoning by which your countrymen would have seen you die?
You're...
Have the lance brought to my chamber later. Thank you for your hard work in spite of your wound. Take care of yourselves. Now we need only to wait until tomorrow for the Saints' Day festival.
The whole event will be held over 2 days at the Opera House.
The first day is the eve of the festival, and I'm scheduled to sing. Hope you're looking forward to it.
Main festivities start on the 2nd day. That's when all these divine relics will be dedicated and sealed. It's aimed at proving beyond a doubt that sanctism is the highest authority.
All kind of daft though, isn't it? If they were that confident in their scriptures, you'd think they wouldn't have to bother with all that.
This is where Forden dies. He and sanctism itself. At the very least, it's worth giving him a memorable end.
Lord Louise, I do hope you'll come and watch me sing this time. We missed you at the opening ceremony. If you're not there, it'll hardly be worth it.
You needn't worry. Having come all this way, it would be a waste not to show.
Well, I'm off to check out the Opera House. Want to make sure everything's shipshape for my solo, of course. The rest is up to you.
Whisper, whisper, whisper.
You have all performed admirably. You exceeded my every expectation. Soon, Forden's reign will come crashing down. From this point onward, I would have you forfeit the competition and dedicate yourself fully to my campaign.
Understood.
For now, rest your wings a while. Tomorrow's festivities will be a grand show indeed.
Luis is like, drop out of the race. We're like, joke's on
It
you.
seems the land's past muster. Eurus is a peerless craftsman, if not else.
Yufa?
He would have destroyed my home. How could he suggest such carnage with not a shade of guilt? I was sure that deep down, all people are inherently good at heart. But now, you made it sound like you were bound to kill him at any cost. And now I understand why.
I see. Then let's get back on track and go find ourselves an inn. You've got more supporters now. I dare say we'll find better lodging than we could before.
I wouldn't be so sure. This city's in the palm of Forden's hand, and we're the ones who humiliated him during the exhibition.
All the same, we're about to do something big. To be honest, I'll take anywhere, so long as I can stretch out.
Let's just stay in the Gauntlet Runner.
As a last resort, maybe, but it might do us some good to see the city itself. Do a bit of scouting for our plans.
Then why don't we look for an inn run by a Mustari?
I thought this city was the seat of the church.
In times before the church, it said many diverse faiths and teachings took root in this city. That's why Montario is the only mainland nation that trades with the islands.
Indeed. Though the prevailing story now, of course, is that Sanctism reclaimed this land from malevolent pagans.
Either way, I'm certain there should be quite a few Mustari who feign conversion and live in seclusion.
If one of these Mustarians really exists, it may work in our favor. Let's look for it.
Speaking of...
Star-owned inn we seek. It is called Skyward Tavern. A rather pleasant little
Certainly.
world quaint. It was on Diafranco Street.
Well met, eh? What in the blaze?
Oh, cripes. Forden's the only game in town.
Can I get any bounties?
Uh-huh.
Dang it. Don't make me come back later.
Forden's the only game in town.
Proper aces.
Say there.
Those the candidates we heard about. Holy shit, he's riding a sword.
Right? Hang on. That's the one from the exhibition. Who'll take the crown now?
Come say.
You're not serious.
Oh my. What do you want to do? My...
Hello there.
All right then.
Yeah, amazing.
Okay, so I am going the right way.
Oi! Amazing.
Hey, mister!
You.
Huh?
Oh, playing a fool, are you? I see your game. Good for good if for the
Oh.
He's just a little bit too drunk.
Welcome. Wait. Are you perhaps the candidate who brought Joanna the Sanctoress to confess?
One glance and you knew. Listen, we just...
I don't care if you did the deed or not, but please take your business elsewhere. I'm sorry, but I have my own reputation to think about.
You follow Sanctism's teachings?
You? A Mustari who wears no mask?
I'm Euphausia. I'm the priestess of Verga. No, of Etria.
The priestess? Impossible. The island priestess would never leave the village behind.
I have my reasons, but I wish to see the outside world that I might better protect our island. I have no proof, but...
You would raise another tribe to the throne.
'Tis a longer story than we've time to tell. We only...
But if you insist, we will leave.
It's just... You look so like the priestess before you, I can't just turn you away. Fine. You can stay here, as long as you don't make trouble for me.
Thank you. I suppose it is easier to understand each other without the masks in the way.
Not all of us mainland Mistari hate the Sanctus Church. We'd rather preserve the peace we have. And...
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look, they've got food and booze here too. And it's so much cooler, which means fewer bugs. Perfect.
It seems they have an imitation of the island spring here. We can bathe. I should invite Juno when she's back.
Bathe? You'd be mad to hope a hot spring replica could take the edge off this chill.
Cold or not, there's nothing more refreshing than bathing. Would you care to join us?
Oh my gosh.
I should think not. For reasons too numerous to count.
Why?
Anyway, strategy meeting. Let's get on with it.
Stroll such
So
an
we
innocent
seek to
being.
assassinate Luis. A difficult task. But you look to have an idea.
First, the when. Under normal circumstances, we'd want to get him on the move. Maybe walking through a crowd while he's got less guards. That would be the plan. But unfortunately, that'd only work if he was someone with common sense. Someone without combat ability. Or someone who'd want to avoid collateral damage. And that isn't Luis. Worst case, he uses civilians as shields while more of his personal guard catch up. And things go sideways before we can get it done.
But once he's inside the Opera House, he'll have a security detail at his beck and call. Even if we can sneak in, getting to him...
If we can't target him in transit, and we've practically zero chance of getting close to him, that leaves us with only one option.
We join his personal guard ourselves?
I considered that, but it might be tricky. We can't guarantee he'd allow it, and...
The real lance is overflowing with magla. It would be a dangerous gamble to keep it on hand.
We attack from a distance.
A bow and arrow isn't gonna do much good, right? It needs to be the lance.
Of course. So, what if we threw the lance?
Ooh.
Yufa, as the priestess, you can command the lance to return to you if it's far away, right?
You would have me use that power in reverse to cast it out instead.
According to Juna, the ceiling of the Opera House has a chandelier big enough to support a person. From above, we'll target Luis in the royal box seats.
You realize the entire audience is below that lighting? A stunt like that would get us noticed instantly. Wait, are you suggesting we do this during the show?
Luis will be distracted. It's the best opportunity we could ask for. Besides, with Yufa there, we can even recover the lance easily.
Hold a moment. I would need to launch it like an arrow. Such distance and such speed would require incredible focus. I don't think I could do it while aiming.
Then just concentrate on the sheer mental force of it. Someone else can take over the role of actually throwing.
This gambit is sounding more far-fetched by the moment. But we also can't afford to wait for another opportunity.
There is no other opportunity. Luis intends to kill Forden during the festival. That means if we do nothing, the fake will be exposed, and so will we.
Indeed. Once our betrayal is made plain, we will never find a way to draw close to him again. This will likely be our first and last opportunity.
But who's actually going to do the throwing?
I'd rather leave it to you. With the royal magic protecting you, it's less likely that we'll fail this, even with interference. And besides, laugh, if you like. I know it sounds silly, but I really do believe you have the power to change fate itself.
Indeed. Everyone here knows that firsthand.
I feel the same. If I can trust you to do it, then I should be able to do my part as well.
Will you do it, Captain?
I planned to from the beginning.
Right. I see. Well then. We're counting on you. On the day of, Juna will be at the venue ahead of us. We'll have her open the service entrance, and we'll infiltrate from there.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I want you to lure Luis's guards outside and cause a commotion while he's making the throw. I'm sure the Magnus brothers will be guarding the place too. Hulkenberg and I will secure the exit route in advance. Luis is a formidable foe. But we've overcome plenty of obstacles. Let's believe in the strength that got us this far. We can do this.
Don't worry about it.
Let's just try to get some rest and prepare for tomorrow. I'll get even closer tonight. Try not to get sick. Alright. Well, I do want to carry on. But it's 4:42. I need to get ready for work. And this seems like a great place to stop and start up again. Especially since tomorrow's going to be the, I guess, the turning point of the game. So, I guess I'm hitting halfway. Let me save. This one was just a shorter stream, but I knew there was going to be a lot of like cutscenes and dialogue going on, so I wanted to see how much we could get through before I had to go to work, just so I could get a little bit of a fill-in, get that little scratch. Alright, but absolutely loving this game, can't wait to play more of it. I hope to see y'all in the next one. Thank you everyone for tuning in, hanging out, chatting. Catch you later.